Hey everyone, welcome back to the best US Mint news channel on YouTube. I'm Son of a Silver Stacker. Today's date is the 19th of June, 2025, and in this video, we're going to be talking about that American Silver Eagle struck at West Point, New York, that has the Army privy mark. I think we have our mintages, or is it sales figures? Either way, we're going to report on this. This is going to be a great video. Now, before any of that, if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to reach a bazillion subs. It's a really big number. I looked it up. It was ginormous. Also, we're always live, never edited, and always unscripted. I never know what I'm going to say. Now, over here to moneymetals.com, everything is in the red. All right, this is moneymetals.com. Gold is down $1.35 to 33.8070. Silver down 34 cents to 36.59. Platinum down 26.80 to 13.0670. And palladium down 13.10 to 10.5935. Over here, you're looking at Dr. Copper down 4 pennies to 4.81 per pound. Down here, you're looking at in-stock American Silver Eagle, whose premium is $6.69 for the quantity 1 through 39. They got you paying $43.28, and the buyback, look at that, is $38.13, and the silver spot is $36.59. Now, next up, the United States Mint's cumulative sales figures. All right, we're going to be looking at one product and one product only. That's 25 APM. That's the 2025 American Silver Eagle. That's the proof out of West Point, New York, featuring the Army privy on it. And look at that. Would you see that? Bam. 78,966 of those bad boys were sold up until 6:15. I think there's $2 million questions that we need to ask. Number one, did the U.S. Mint sell any additional between 6:15 and, well, today's date, right? Will there be more additional of these particular coins? Up for sale, right? Did you get to remind me that, hey, it's back up for sale? And when it does come up for sale, is it 7:30 in the morning? Is it 9 a.m. Eastern? Or is it noon Eastern? So there could be 3 different time slots that this could become available again. And I got to say this right off the bat. Now, we know that if we go to one of the old videos I did here, the 2025 West Point ASE with Army Privy Mark is no longer available on the U.S. Mint website. What's next? Well, if you look at this, there's 10,170. That's right, 10,170 less, let's go here, 78,000, right? 966. That means on drop day, on the 13th of June, that Friday the 13th, there was only merely 68,796 available, maybe even less, folks, right? So what do you think this does to value, right? Oh, gosh, I got to show you this too. This is incredible. What do you think this does to value of this limited? So the United States Mint said that they were going to strike 100,000 of these coins, correct? Well, not necessarily, right? They only struck what we see here, at least sold right there, 68,000. What does that do to the value? I don't even know, but the questions are, will the another $1 million question is, how many are going to be canceled? Ooh, yeah, that's also something that we need to think about. And also, will the United States Mint, well, will they limit the production of the Marine Corps and the Navy American Silver Eagles to 80,000? Will they be 85? Will they be 95? Will they be 65? We don't know. But I can tell you this, something's going down. Now look at this. This is coinworld.com. And this is by Paul Gilks. It's under U.S. Coins, dated December 5th, 2020, 10 a.m. Title of this article over CoinWorld is Cancellations Briefly Bring Privy Marked Silver Coins Back on Sale. And I think that's what's going down here, folks, because check this out. Did you get one of these? Did you get your order canceled? Because check it out. Items in your order have been canceled. One or more items in your order have been canceled. If you did not request a cancellation, it was canceled because the items are no longer available or in our inventory, right? So we apologize for the inconvenience. If you pay by credit card, gift card, or PayPal, you won't get charged. And there it is. That's the bad boy. And how many people have had their orders canceled already? And you know what's interesting? If you followed along on the live stream we did during the drop on on Friday the 13th, yeah, you saw that people were like, yeah, if you check out as a guest, you might get an additional one in addition to your household order limit that you had on your account. Or there's other ways to circumvent it, cat and mouse. When the household order limit is 1, people want typically more than 1. And I think, well, maybe, just maybe, those orders are getting canceled. So let me go ahead and read this by CoinWorld over there, Mr. Paul Gilks. All right. For the second time since their initial November 5 release, additional Privy Mark Proof 2020 West Point American Eagle Silver dollars were returned to sale by the United States Mint following order reconciliations. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen here for this particular coin. There will be some reconciliations. Really, I think the ultimate question is, how many of these orders are going to be canceled, how many will become available again once the United States Mint does go through those reconciliations. It's incredible, folks. We are in new territory. And what's really interesting, if you look at the bulk numbers, right? Let's go back to that video. So if the United States Mint only struck, what, 60, 70, 80,000, well, the bulk folks right here got 10,170. And this is another article by Coin World, and this is going to put things into perspective. This is by Paul Gilks, dated July 23rd, 2021. U.S. Mint officials put restrictions on bulk buyers. And there's a few bullet points here that I wanted to share with you. Let's see here. I know it was 10% on here. I got to highlight because I can't highlight things anymore. Yeah, that might be it. Here we go. Under the program, and this is for the advance. Oh, goodness. Here we go. The U.S. Mint introduced its authorized bulk purchase program in February of sales for the Proof 2021 West Point American Eagle reverse of 86 silver dollars. That's a type 1. All right. Qualified ABPP participants are required to have made $500,000 in cumulative numismatic products for sales for each of the last 2 calendar years. And maybe, just maybe, that's been increased. Now, check this out. Under the program, the Mint has reserved up to 10% of the mintage of designated limited edition programs for participants. Well, I'll tell you what. Is 10,000 10% of that 80,000 that we've seen? No, it's not. So the Mint must have changed the rules somewhat, right? And it must have. Now let's go here a little bit deeper. Let's go to the Mint website. This is the bulk program under Home Help Center bulk program, and we're going to go down here to the authorized. I always say advanced. I don't know why. Authorized bulk purchase program. That's the ABPP. And there's something I need to share with you. And I want to thank Mickey Minsky for reminding me about this. It says here the program is designed to provide members with a known quantity of designated products. These quantities are set by the United States Mint using an allocation method that it's so wordy. It sounds like some lawyer wrote this. Method that provides an equal portion of the available product to all members. Right? How about just say we give them what we want when they want it, right? Now, while the remaining allocation is determined by a percentage of offtake as compared to the whole, the current calculation is a 25%, 75% split, whereas 25% represents the equal split among the program members and 75% represents actual participation and performance in the program. Yeah. Sounds great. The Mint maintains the right to adjust its allocation model at any time. There you go. So for us over here in this end, hey, we're just lucky to get anything, I guess, at this point. Now, look at this. Bingo. Remember that number? 10,170, right? Well, let's keep on keeping on. This is going to get really interesting. Look at this. U.S. Mints, and that was the bulk, folks, right? That's what they got. 10,000 of 80,000 available. That's the total sales we're looking at, folks, right? Look at this. 10,000 of the just even under 80,000. So if it was 25%, I guess we got lucky that they only got 10,000. All right, check this out. This is another reminder, all right, of what's going on here. This is coinnews.net. This is by Mike Unser, dated October 23rd, 2024. Title of this article is U.S. Mint sales flowing here. Silver metal reaches 2/3 of mintage. And I think I highlighted over here. Here we go. Figures place the metal, which celebrates the anniversary of the first dollar coin issued by the United States federal government, at a combined total of 49,925. And remember, the United States Mint came out and said, well, we're going to do 75,000 of these bad boys. Nope. It was 25,000 less than that. So we have something similar going on here, where the United States Mint has a stated product limit of 100,000 for the Army Privy, and they only sold 80,000 of those bad boys. And that is definitely below their stated product limit. And could they go back up to 100,000? Absolutely. And are they still striking them, or have they not been struck? Or are they still waiting on the packages? Because they are all on back order if they haven't been canceled already. Now, check this out. About 2/3 of the announced 75,000 mintage, breaking it down, 40,999 were sold individually, while 8,926 went through the Mint's authorized bulk purchase program, the ABPP. There it is, folks. That's the answer. Wait, you're probably like, what's the answer, Stacker? That they're probably not going to be available anymore, right? They're probably done right there. They only struck 49, and I think they're only going to strike what we see here, and I think that's it. And the only way to probably get them is to, well, follow here, right here, cancellations, bring them back on sale. And I think that's the only thing that's going to bring the Army Privy Mark back on sale, is because this is going down here. So everything put together, we're in for a nice ride. And I don't think the United States Mint is actually going to lift the household order limit on this particular coin, even after the cancellations. I just don't see it happening. I really don't. And I don't think they'll even put those for these two as well. That's the Navy and the Marine privy-marked coins as well. So we're probably under 100 here, and I would say that the bulk folks are probably going to get more than 10% here as well. Something else, huh? Now let's go to the plus ones. This is pretty cool. This is egotism right there. There's more hope for a fool than a man wise in his own eyes. There's no one more lonely than those who love only themselves. That's from Proverbs 26. Yeah. And this song is dedicated to the United States Mint. This is Brian Ferry and Roxy Music. And the question is, wasn't there more than this? Yeah, that's right. Now, with that said, I want to thank y'all for coming. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you hear and see, sub the channel. It's absolutely free. Now, with that said, listen, you want to become a member? It's basically works out to 6.6 cents per video. It's $1.99 a month. It's the price of a cheap cup of coffee. And I guess to summarize this video, if you weren't able to get one of these American Silver Eagles with the Army Privy Mark, there is hope. There's definitely hope for you because there's cancellations going on that we know now. All right. There's also the fact that the United States Mint, they could have more additional, look, under the cancellations, there could be any reason, right? It could be credit card was denied. It could be that the household order limit was reached. There's a lot of factors going on here. And I think it gives us hope for those of us who haven't picked it up. Now, typically at 7:30 in the morning, 9 o'clock Eastern, and then noon is when you might find these come back for sale again, especially after the United States Mint does the reconciliation. Good luck, folks. Stacker out.